Things set so I can make sure I continue to admit people.
Welcome,
And we will
everyone.
be
We
starting
had
soon.
just started the recording for the session. This is the WANIC session. This presentation is being recorded, so please mute your audio and turn off your video so that you will not be part of the recording. This recording will also be posted on the website. I gave you the resource link where it will be posted. The session will be about 50 minutes of information, and the last 10 minutes, I will read any of your questions that you have put into chat to Jess Hall, who will be presenting along with me. My name is Lorna Gilmore. So while Jess is presenting, if you have questions, put them in the chat. We will be monitoring the chat and asking Jess as appropriate, or we will ask those questions at the end of the session. Many of you also put questions in the registration form. We will get to as many of them as possible. And then at 7:30, we will end this session and start the running start session. So go ahead, Melanie.
Okay. Turning this over to Jess and starting our opening video.
I knew I wanted to be a first responder. I really like the idea of the adrenaline. I'm super passionate about helping people. WANIC is a great way to do hands-on learning to make sure that this is what I really want to do.
I was stressing about what I wanted to do in the future, and my counselors talked to me about WANIC. Once I entered WANIC, it was a whole new experience.
I am indeed very thankful for the programs that they offer here. It let me do what I wanted to do, what I love to do in the high school setting.
I get to actually learn stuff that are applicable to the real world and not just random stuff that I'm going to be like, okay, well now what do I do?
You can go out and get those occupational skills, and I think it's tremendous because we don't really have all of those classes at our base high schools. Now that I'm here, I'm like, wow, I really love the automotive industry. I could definitely see myself going into mechanical engineering, electric cars.
We are the best kept secret. We are the best bang for your buck. Our students earn college credit.
They are getting college credit while they're going to high school, and they do all the same things that college students do. And I have them every day for 5 days a week, 2.5 hours a day for the whole school year.
Students spend 3 periods of their day with us. No other program does what a Skill Center program does because we have the breadth of time to really delve in to the skills and the content in our classrooms.
If you went into a culinary program after high school, I want you to be the smartest kid in the class. So we're going to touch on everything you would do in culinary school.
I just can't handle the classroom setting. I was sitting at a computer all day, every day, trying to get code to work, and it just lost the spark for me. Something I look forward to is having not a monotonous job. Like how it's going to be different every day. I feel like I'm really going to be able to enjoy going to work in this career.
We are highly rigorous and relevant classes. A lot of our Skill Center classes have AP attached.
What they can look for is curriculum that will be challenging. We say it's rigorous, but it's not ridiculous. This is a great place for students to come knowing that all of our instructors are really going to truly focus on meeting them where they are academically.
They also have the opportunity to earn various industry certifications.
And I get to be a certified nurse as a teen. It's like, wow, it almost makes me feel like an adult.
Once you get there, you just feel accomplished. To say that you get the certificate shows that you're striving hard as a young student.
The goal of our WANIC program and the classes that we offer is to provide every student an opportunity to fulfill their dreams.
There is not enough women in the industry. I mean, why wouldn't you want to go into the computer science industry if there's a demand for it? You're going to be higher valued.
It doesn't cost them college tuition or private school tuition. It's virtually free, so why not give it a try?
Everything's a team activity, and they get to build really lasting relationships.
We learned together, it was all teamwork, and it was just an amazing experience. It was like you're joining a new family.
Kids will say, I found my people. This is the first time that they're really being around people that have the same level of passion.
You get to all cook together, eat together, you get to learn so much more about one another.
We just love the kids. We talk about being family when you're here, not just about turning wrenches or fixing cars. It's about how they're going to interact with other adults, how they're going to take care of their business in real life.
We're invested in these kids. We do whatever it takes to help them be successful. We have the opportunity to change lives here, and I think we do it every day.
I just think it's an amazing opportunity.
All right. Hi, everybody. I am here to present some information about WANIC this evening. If you joined us a little late, how this works is the first hour of this session is going to be about WANIC, and then the second half, starting at 7:30, will be about Running Start. So this specifically is for rising 11th and rising 12th graders. What that means is these two presentations will be applicable to you if you are currently in 10th or 11th grade, and you'll be in 11th or 12th grade next school year, starting in the fall of 2025, or you're a family member, parent, guardian of a student who that applies to. So like I said, the first bit is going to be about WANIC. You can click on the next slide, Melanie. So my name is Jess Hall. I work for the Issaquah School District. I'm in the Career and Technical Education Department, CTE, and my role is the post-high school pathway specialist. So making sure that you all know about different pathways that are available to you for after high school. And Lorna, do you want to introduce yourself as well?
Yes. Hi, everyone. My name is Lorna Gilmore. I am a family partnership specialist in the Issaquah School District. And one of my jobs is to do programs and presentations to help families better understand the different programs, policies, and also the school system so they can better understand and navigate the school system. I work with 3 liaisons, and they work with in each of your schools. Many of them may have sent you the link to this presentation.
Awesome. Thank you. And you can see up on the screen right now a brief agenda. We're going to walk through some different aspects of WANIC. I'll do a quick introduction, describe why you might want to be a part of WANIC, different eligibility pieces, expectations, considerations, costs, as well as support, the different programs that they offer, and how you can get started if you are interested in pursuing WANIC for next school year. Next slide. So just so you know, there are 7 school districts that are a part of the WANIC network. So Issaquah School District, our school district, is one of those 7, which means that our 11th and 12th graders can be a part of WANIC in any of the programs offered in the different school districts. Also at the WANIC location, which is located at Lake Washington Tech in Kirkland, as well as DigiPenn located in Redmond. So I'm going to walk you through each of the programs that are offered later on in this presentation toward closer to 7 o'clock. But this gives you an idea here. It's a map, and it shows you where the different programs are located. So you'll see in the pink area, that's the Issaquah School District. Issaquah School District offers sports medicine at Issaquah High, and we actually have a new program, which I'll talk about later. It's aerospace manufacturing. That's going to be located at Liberty High School. But the thing about these programs is it's not just Issaquah School District students taking the sports medicine and aerospace manufacturing classes. Actually, any students within the 7 school districts that are a part of the WANIC group can take these classes at our schools. And if you look up and you can see the green, that's the North Shore School District, which is kind of like the Bothell, Woodinville area. The teal is the Bellevue School District, so all of those Bellevue schools. And then that bluish color, those are the WANIC programs that are offered at Lake Washington Tech in Kirkland. And then the red ones, again, are DigiPen over in Redmond. So we, as Issaquah School District students, have the opportunity to take these amazing career and technical education classes at other schools throughout kind of like the East Side area. So that's just a quick overview. I'm not going to go into detail about the different programs just yet, but I will get to that eventually. Next slide. So in case you're wondering, why would I, as a student, want to join a WANIC course? What are the benefits? So WANIC classes, you might have looked at the list that was up on the screen of the different courses that are offered, but these classes are career and technical education classes that help you better explore and understand specific careers. So by taking these classes, you'll get some really great career experience, both in the classroom and hands-on as well. This is great preparation for whatever you want to do after high school, whether that's going to a 4-year college, going to a 2-year college, going to a technical school, joining an apprenticeship, going straight into the workforce, going to a trade school, whatever that might be. These courses will really prepare you for whatever your plans are for after you graduate from high school. And these are also pretty advanced courses in terms of the training that you're getting. You're getting really high level instruction and you're really getting great practice as well. The equipment is state of the art, which means it's very, very nice. And it's aligned with what you would see in the workplace. So if you were to go work in that career, you would see similar equipment in your future job. The other thing is you can also, while you're taking these classes, you can earn college credit, and some of these courses offer certifications that you can use in the workplace. And again, this just provides you an option to continue your education if that's what you plan to do. There's great leadership opportunities once you're in these courses, and the instructors are industry professionals. So they have worked in these industries and they have a ton of great knowledge and experience to share with our students so that you can learn more about the career. Next slide. Okay, so some eligibility requirements. If you're wondering, do I qualify to apply for WANIC this spring to start in the fall? You have to be a registered student at one of our 4 high schools in the Issaquah School District. You also have to be an 11th or 12th grader at the time in which you enroll. So you can apply this spring and then you would start next school year, but starting in the fall of 2025, you would have to be an 11th or a 12th grader. You also have to get approval from one of our college and career specialists. We have college and career specialists at all of our high schools, and I will provide their contact information at the end of this presentation in case you want to reach out to them either via email or go visit them at their offices. You also have to be on track to graduate. So you definitely want to check in with your counselor and make sure that you are on track in terms of the credits that you have earned, because you have to be on track in order to participate in WANIC. Some programs might require an information session of some sort to before you start the courses in the fall. They want to make sure that you have everything you need and you're ready to go. And then last one, this is a really big requirement, is you must provide your own transportation to and from the WANIC courses. So your day might start out, for example, if you attend Issaquah High School, your day might start out at Issaquah High, but then you have to get yourself to the WANIC program in which you're enrolled. So maybe you're taking one of the WANIC courses at WANIC, which is located in Kirkland at the Lake Washington Tech campus, or maybe you need to drive to Woodinville or take a bus or take some sort of transportation to get yourself to the course, maybe over at Woodinville High School or Bothell High School. So that's just something to keep in mind, is that you do have to get yourself there somehow by any particular reliable means. Next slide. And then this is really important too. So if you are hoping to enroll in WANIC, you are held to, some high standards, because these courses are preparing you for the workforce. They're preparing you for a future career, and they want to provide you with the skills that you need in order to succeed in a future career. So, you are expected to complete any of your homework or assignments that you are provided by your instructor and get those done on time. Make sure everything that you are assigned is turned in by the deadline. And again, since these courses are aligned with a specific career, some of the reading that you might do is technical to that career. So just keep in mind that, you might not have seen some of these terms before, and you might be, having to read some career specific text. You'll also practice some technical writing that is specific to the career in which you are learning about. You will also have to demonstrate hands-on skills. You can see in this photo here, that's the fire and EMS course that is offered by WANIC. You can see that is extremely hands-on. The students are completing tasks that they would in a career like that. And then also there is an expectation to be able to work well on your own and also be able to work well with other students. And then we'll provide a bunch of links at the end, but there's a course expectations guide that will walk you through all of the expectations for students, and we'll provide that information for you. Next slide. All right, so again, there are some things to consider if you want to figure out if this WANIC program is right for you. You will want to think about the time that's needed to get to the program. You'll want to think about, what is my transportation going to be? What is the travel time going to look like? Do I have any after school activities that I do, like a sport or a club or volunteering, or do I have certain family commitments that I have? Do I have a job? You want to think about those things, because half of your school day will be spent in a different location than your home high school. Unless, of course, for example, let's say you want to do sports medicine and you already go to Issaquah High, sports medicine is at Issaquah High. But for the most part, you would be spending a lot of your school day in a different location. So something you might want to think about too is the class schedule at the school you're attending for WANIC. Like maybe you go to Bellevue High School for one of the WANIC courses. Their school day their class schedule might look a little different than yours. So that's just something to keep in mind as well. And also it's important to note that this is a full year commitment. All of the programs are a full school year long. So you do have to commit to from start to finish. And then also keeping in mind that, the calendar, the school calendar of school districts might be different a little bit by a few days. So you want to pay attention to that as well. And also keeping in mind that WANIC is not the same thing as Running Start. Those are different programs. And at 7:30, Melanie here will talk more about Running Start. So keeping in mind, those are two completely different things. They have different applications, different registrations, and Melanie will talk all about that later. Next slide. All right, attendance, just like in your home high school, attendance is really, really important. You want to show up to every class, and of course, there are certain things that arise, but you want to do your best to be there all of the time. Absences can have a significant impact on your success. It can lead, absences can lead to getting behind. So that's why you really want to keep in mind, what's my transportation going to be? And, what's the distance from my home high school to the WANIC program? So that's why when you're thinking about applying, you just want to make sure that you maybe go on Google Maps, and just figure out what that travel would look like for you. Next slide. All right, cost. This one is particularly exciting because WANIC courses are free to attend. Some courses might have certain supply or material fees. However, any student in any of the programs that are offered can qualify for financial assistance if one or more of the following conditions apply. One of those is that if the student receives free or reduced lunch at their home high school, if their family qualifies for another state-funded program, and or if the student's school counselor confirms that the family has a financial need. So we don't want costs to be prohibiting you or stopping you from pursuing WANIC. The courses, again, are free. And again, there might be some supplier material fees, just like your home high school classes might have. But if any of those conditions on the screen apply to you, then you might qualify for financial assistance for those supply and material fees. Next slide. And again, continuing with financial assistance, if it is determined that you are eligible for financial assistance, there are what are called barrier reduction funds, and those can cover costs like, for example, a class fee, if there is a required uniform that you might wear, if you need some sort of gas card or an Orca bus pass, or if there are any other items that you might need to pursue these courses. Again, if you are eligible, that funding can help cover these costs. Because if you see, like in the picture here, we have some students in a health science program, and you can see that they're all wearing scrubs, which is a required uniform for a course like that. So some of these courses might have required uniforms, other ones might have supply costs. So just something to keep in mind. Those things can be covered if you are eligible. Next slide. And also to keep in mind, there are support services at WANIC. So WANIC, if you decide to pursue this and you are accepted into a program, WANIC will partner with your support team from your home high school to make sure that you're a good fit for the program and that the expectations are clear, and they will work with you in terms of if you have an IEP, an individual education plan, or a 504 accommodation plan, or if you are an MLL student, then there are support services for you as well. It is important, students, parents, guardians, families, make sure you connect with your school support team, which could be an IEP case manager and or the student's counselor, if the student is interested in WANIC, just to ensure that it's a good fit, and and to make sure that the support team is ready to support you both on the homeschool side and the WANIC side as well. But there are services in place to support our students in these programs so that they can find success. Next slide. All right. So dual credit. So dual credit means that while a student is taking a course in high school, they can also earn college credit at the same time. So with these WANIC programs, there is a potential opportunity for students to earn college credit in addition to just the basic high school credit that they'll be earning. Most of the time, this college credit is earned through Bellevue College or Lake Washington Tech. And there are some requirements you have to follow. There is a fee to pay, and there is an end of year deadline to follow in order to earn that credit. The student must earn a B letter grade or better in order to earn the dual credit. And there is a group that will provide a college transcript for the student. And then also, if you enroll in one of the DigiPen programs, students have the opportunity to earn credit toward DigiPen's Institute of Technology. And there is a way to do that as well. And once you're enrolled in a WANIC program, your instructor will help walk you through the proper process if you do decide to pursue the possible dual credit. Next slide. Okay, so this is the exciting part. I'm going to walk you through the different skill center programs that are offered. Keeping in mind, WANIC.org has the most up-to-date and descriptive readings about each of these programs. They go into extreme detail about what the course is, what students will do in the course, what possible certifications they can earn, what careers are fitting to the course. There's a bunch of information there, and we'll put the links in the chat toward the end. Next slide. All right, so these are in alphabetical order by course name. So this one's really exciting. This is a new program, and it's going to be offered within the Issaquah School District at Liberty High School. This one's called Aerospace Manufacturing Core Plus. So you can read the description yourself on the screen, but this is a very hands-on course, and students will dive into high-tech manufacturing and the aviation world. So they're going to explore, aircraft and its components, how they're designed, built, and tested. They're going to learn about things like material science, electrical systems, hydraulics, and they will be tackling real-world challenges and projects. So very exciting. In case you're wondering, how it works is if you are an Issaquah School District student, which of course all of you are, or you're the family member, if you want to take a WANIC course that's offered in our district, you don't have to fill out the big WANIC application. All you have to do is list this course when you do the course request process. So even if you're at Issaquah High, even if you're at Skyline or Gibson Eck, you can list this aerospace course on your course request. And you don't have to fill out the whole WANIC application. And then how it works with WANIC is the hosting school, so Liberty, will reserve a certain percentage of the course spots for Issaquah School District students, and then it's a lottery from there. And then a small percentage of the course of the seats in the class will be for students outside of our school district. So this class will be a mix of Issaquah School District students and students from other high schools. So that's an exciting new one. Next slide. So this next course here, this is a really popular one, automotive technology. As you all know, we do not offer any automotive tech at any of our Issaquah School District schools, and we do have some students who might want to learn more about working in the automotive industry. So both Bothell High School and Bellevue High School offer this course, and it's something that you can apply to. So if you're interested in learning more about auto tech, and you've always wanted to take a course like this and we don't offer it here, you could go elsewhere and take auto tech at one of those two high schools. And this particular course offers what is called an industry recognized certification, which means that if you were to go into the workforce, you could enter the workforce with this certification, and it makes you more marketable and it makes you more hireable. So you would get the Automotive Service Excellence certification as a part of this course. Next slide. All right, so this next one is offered at WANIC, which is located on the Lake Washington Tech campus in Kirkland. This one's called Aviation Technology. This one is to serve as an entry point into the many careers in the aviation industry, specifically airline pilot, unmanned aircraft systems operator, or air traffic controller. I've seen this one in person before. It's really cool. The students use a simulator and can also earn certain ground school certificates as well that would be helpful on a resume. Next slide. This next one is baking and pastry. So maybe you're at one of our high schools that doesn't offer any culinary type classes, and that's something that you'd be interested in. You could apply to be in the baking and pastry course at Bothell High School. You learn things like mixing, shaping, folding, and also utilizing science and math in your baking practices. So lots of cool stuff there you can see in the photos. These are photos, all the photos on the slides for the most part are from actual WANIC programs. So that's what it would look like if you were in the course. Next slide. This next one is offered at Interlake High School, which is in the Bellevue School District, and Bothell High School, which is in the North Shore School District. It's called Building Industry Technologies Core Plus. And this one is basic construction skills. So how to safely use various pieces of equipment, measuring, material science, reading different construction prints, keeping records, that kind of thing. So if you've been interested in working in a shop, maybe pursuing construction, this could be a really great fit for you. Next slide. This next one is offered at Newport High School in the Bellevue School District. This is Cisco Networking. They have a very fancy state-of-the-art networking lab, and you would design, build, manage, and troubleshoot networks. And this one, you earn 2 industry recognized certifications. This is a program that you can actually pursue for 2 years if you want to. It's optional, but you can do it in both 11th and 12th grade. You can get your Cisco Certified Networking Associate cert and your Cisco Certified Networking Professional certification. So lots of great things that could be added to a resume with that one. Next slide. And another culinary course offered at Newport High School in the Bellevue School District. This one is a little more broad than the baking and pastry one. You would explore careers in a variety of food-related industries, learn about food production, restaurant management, catering, purchasing, leadership, and with this one, you would get your food handler's permit. Next slide. Next one, I've also seen this one in person, is very exciting. It's offered at the WANIC location at the Lake Washington Tech campus in Kirkland. So if you're interested in pursuing a career in the dental industry, this one helps you explore dental career opportunities. So learning about different dental instruments, procedures, sterilization, radiography, anatomy, infection control, so many things. They have a really cool dental lab and they have really nice equipment. And with this one, all students will get first aid and CPR, and they also offer optional tests that you can take if you want to add some more certifications to your resume. And I did learn with this one, you actually get to do a practice exam on a family member or a friend. So that's kind of fun. All right, next one. This is a really popular one as well. This is the Fire and EMS, which is located again at WANIC, located on the Lake Washington Tech campus in Kirkland. These are all photos of students in the WANIC program. And part of each week you spend in the program, you visit local fire departments. And you do classroom work. So you learn about the industry, but then you also get to do a lot of hands-on training, just like these photos show, which is really exciting. And then with this one, also you earn your first aid and CPR certification. Next slide. So this one is offered at 3 different high schools, or three different locations. This is a health science careers specific to nursing program. So this one's located at WANIC in Kirkland. It's located in at Sammamish High School, which is in the Bellevue School District, and it's located at Woodinville High School, which is in the North Shore School District. So this class offers you real life experience at various healthcare clinics, and there is some, classroom instruction and hands-on learning that you do at the location as well. And with this one, everyone earns first aid and CPR, and then there's an option to earn additional tests if you'd like to add more to your resume as you advance into your career. This next one is also new. This one's located at Interlake High School in the Bellevue School District. It's called Maritime Welding Core Plus. With this one, you get to learn more about maritime engineering and welding. So if you are interested in a career like maritime welding or shipbuilding or anything like that, you would learn a lot, and you would build a strong foundation to enter one of those careers after high school. And they also do focus on responsible boating practices, and you do get your Washington Boater Safety Card as a certification in this course. Medical careers, this one's located at WANIC in Kirkland. You explore the many fields of medicine and medical assisting. There are a lot of field trips. You get to do job shadows, and you get to hear from guest speakers in different areas of medicine, and you earn your first aid and CPR. Next slide. Sports medicine, which you might be familiar with, is offered at Issaquah High School. You can learn things like anatomy, physiology, medical terms, nutrition, injury prevention, rehabilitation, so many more things. And again, this one's located at Issaquah High. So they do reserve a certain percentage of seats in this class for Issaquah School District students. And in this class, you earn your first aid and CPR certification. Next slide. And then the next ones here are all at DigiPen. So DigiPen offers an art and animation course to be, if you want to be an artist, an illustrator, or an animator. And again, DigiPen is in Redmond. Next slide. They also offer game design. So if you want to understand the behavior and psychology behind video games, and you want to learn methods for designing fun and engaging experiences for consumers, this could be for you. Again, at DigiPen in Redmond. They also offer music and sound design, combining music composition, history, and theory with practical training in the studio. And you get to work with video game programmers and animators as well at DigiPen. And they also offer video game programming, where you get to create digital games and fun interactive experiences. We'll drop these links in the chat. But this slide has the link to full descriptions of each of these courses that I just outlined on the last few slides. It tells you, because you do earn high school credit for taking these courses, and it tells you which credits you earn by taking these courses. It has a full description. It lists like what possible careers could you go into, with this class, and also any specific course expectations the instructor has for the student. So that link is really helpful to describe everything in detail. Next slide. All right, so here is a breakdown of what registration looks like. So you have a little less than a month to apply if you want to receive priority. So priority applications are due before April 15th. And then how it works is from April 23rd to April 30th, they run the lotteries. So how that works is basically students are chosen at random to be admitted into the programs as long as your application is approved. And between April 23rd and April 30th, you will learn if you will be enrolled in the course or if you are on the wait list. Some of the courses are more popular than others, and a lot of students apply, but I don't want that to deter you from applying anyway and see if you get in through the lottery. And then after 3 p.m. on April 15th, applications will only be accepted for programs with space available. So some of those popular ones like fire and EMS, and then the automotive tech classes are really popular. So ones like that, there's no chance of getting in if you don't apply by the priority deadline of April 15th. So that's important. The link that's on the screen right now, again, we can drop in the chat. That's the link to the application. But I also want you to remember, if you want to apply for the Issaquah High School Sports Med program or the new aerospace manufacturing course at Liberty High School, you don't have to fill out this, the WANIC application. You just simply put the course on your course registration or your course request, and then you may or may not get in, again, depending on space and how the lottery works. So The link here, the apply WANIC one is only for the courses that are located outside of the Issaquah School District, which there are many of them.
Just quick question, because sports med is also offered at Skyline and Liberty High School. For our students, they would take the class if they register for the class or request the course, and there's room, they take it in their own high school. They wouldn't have to travel to Issaquah High School. Is that correct?
So the sports med program at Issaquah High is just a little more robust and offers more credits. But I will say, if you are interested in learning more about sports med, taking it at your host high school where you're at is a great option, because then it eliminates having to travel. So I definitely suggest, you know, if you're interested in sports medicine, it probably makes the most sense to take it at your host high school. Yeah. But I will say the advanced manufacturing or the aerospace manufacturing one, that is only offered at Liberty High School. So if you're interested in, you know, the aerospace world, in advanced manufacturing, I do highly suggest applying for that one. And I think that, you know, would be worth the travel.
Just another question in the chat. If you are enrolled, so if a Liberty student enrolls for that automotive or aerospace class at Liberty, will they be guaranteed admission, or are they still part of the lottery process?
Yep. It doesn't matter if you're a Liberty High School student for the aerospace one. The spots, the lottery spots for Issaquah School District are for all Issaquah School District students. So Liberty doesn't get priority to the aerospace one. It's all of Issaquah School District. So 80% of the seats are reserved for Issaquah School District and 20% are reserved for other WANIC school districts. Great question.
Jess and Melanie, a question that both of y'all can answer, and that is, why is Renton Tech not part of the automotive technology offerings? And I'm assuming it's because it's running start. Is that correct? Oh, Melanie, you're muted.
Did you say the auto program at Renton Tech?
Yes.
Yes, that is in Running Start, not in WANIC.
So
there is an auto program in Bellevue School District, that's WANIC. At Renton Tech, it's through Running Start.
Awesome question. And then this just explains, you know, again, if you're applying for one of the Issaquah School District WANIC programs, you don't have to do the WANIC application. But, you know, keeping in mind, this kind of just shows some, the map again. So here we are, we're the pink area of the map down here. So, you know, this is a pretty large space. So again, if you are interested in any particular program, I highly recommend putting it into some sort of map application and seeing what the distance is and the drive time and different ways of getting there for you to make sure that it is possible for you to get there. Next slide. Okay, one other thing I want to point out before we answer more questions is what's called WANIC summer semester. So if you kind of want to just try out a career focused course over the summer, and maybe you don't want to commit to the full year WANIC programs, WANIC does offer summer courses. So they offer over 25 career and technical education classes, as well as health, at multiple locations. So through these summer courses, you get 0.5 high school credit. This does affect your GPA. So this is not a for fun summer camp by any means. This is an actual course that will go on your transcript. And this is for incoming ninth graders. So if a student is going to be in ninth grade next year, all the way through students who will be rising 12th graders or 12th graders next school year. So this is open to all students, 9 through 12. And these are 3-week courses. I've taught one before. I taught sports and entertainment marketing in the summer of 2021, and it's very fast. You know, you move through things. You don't really dive super deep into any topics. You kind of just skim the surface, but you learn a lot about that particular career path. It's pretty rigorous, and it's totally exploratory. So just to learn the basics of a certain career. You don't get college credit through this one. So there's no dual credit where you earn both high school and college credit. It's high school credit only. And like I said, your grade will be sent to your high school to go on your transcript. That's not optional. So once you commit to taking the class, you're in the class and it will go on your transcript. The great thing is these WANIC summer courses are totally free. There are no fees at all, and applications are open shortly. They haven't released the courses yet, but there is usually a very wide variety of things that they offer. Next slide. And some things to keep in mind with the summer semester. These are 7 hours per day for 3 weeks. You're only allowed 1 excused absence. So if you have travel plans or you're taking, you know, full or partial summer school, or you have sports that you're playing, or you have a job or family commitments or anything like that, it's not, you shouldn't apply because you do have to be there in person 7 hours a day for 3 weeks. So just keep in mind that these classes, again, are pretty rigorous and they can be a little more challenging than maybe the courses you've taken in high school, because, you know, high school courses are either a semester long or a full year long, whereas these are just really fast 3 weeks where you learn a lot of information about a particular career path and you get to explore and learn skills that are applicable to that career path. So just some things to keep in mind. Next slide. And then these are the dates up on the screen if you want to write them down. We'll also put the link in the chat to explore further. It starts on Thursday, June 26th and goes through Wednesday, July 16th. It's Monday through Friday, 8 to 3 p.m. and all classes are in person. And the application, which opened today, is open for about 1 month. And then there is a secondary application window for classes that have openings, but it's better to just apply in the first round so that you have a better chance of getting in if you're really interested. And then lastly, if you have specific technical questions for WANIC, you're more than welcome to reach out to them. Their email is wanic@lwsd.org. However, my suggestion is if you have questions about taking a WANIC course, I would go to your College and Career Center. So if you look in the chat, the email addresses for each school's College and Career Center are in there. And you can reach out to your College and Career Specialist via email if that is best for you. Lorna's putting them in the chat again. And also I will put the location of each one if you want to go in person, because an in-person visit, might be more useful to get all of your questions answered. So that is WANIC. Again, these are really great programs that you can pursue to dive deep into a career that you're interested in, whether that be nursing or video game design or fire and EMS or, the dental world. There are really great options. And again, just keeping in mind that if you choose to pursue one outside of the Issaquah School District, or any of them for that matter, even if you want to do aerospace at Liberty and you go to Skyline, you have to get yourself somehow from Skyline to Liberty. So keep in mind that there are transportation requirements and that you do have to commit for a full year, but these are really, really exciting courses that you can take, and you can learn a lot about the career and get a jump start in pursuing that career after high school, and have, a competitive advantage in those areas.
Jess, we have some questions in the chat. me take a look here.
I'm going to ask a quick question. One of them is WANIC part-time only, or can a student take both the morning and an afternoon class?
You commit to just one. So you would do like an AM program or an afternoon program. And then you would spend the other half of your school day at your home high school.
It's also possible to do part-time running start along with WANIC. So that has been a solution for some scheduling barriers for students, since running start classes are offered from 6:30 in the morning to 10 o'clock at night. So that has made the travel restrictions a little bit more manageable. There are some questions about how many seats are available in each course type, or how many applications are received for each course type. I think that probably varies by program. Is that right, Jess?
Yeah, it definitely varies. So, you know, it depends on, it totally depends on the program and how much space they have, because you have to think about it. A lot of these programs have very specific and sometimes large equipment. So some of the spaces just don't have room for as many students as they'd like. So, you know, it might range from the lower end in the 20s up into the high 30s. And every year the application numbers vary. So I can't give you specific numbers, unfortunately. But what I will suggest is, you know, getting your application in before the priority deadline of April 15th. And definitely reaching out to your college and career specialist for help on the application if you need it.
I would agree with that. Having worked in the building as a school counselor, I will say there's a lot of steps to the process and a lot of information and logistics to work out. I would get started on it right away, working carefully with your career specialist, and plan to get those applications in by spring break, so there's no confusion when staff are out on break and not available to help.
Melanie and Jess. Oh, sorry.
There was also a question about for a sports med in your home building, are you guaranteed a spot? Because that's not necessarily in WANIC. And I would say that each high school looks at the course requests and then tries to build their master schedule to meet the needs of all students. But sometimes there may be just a few more requests than would justify opening another section of the class. So it's not a guarantee that, though the school will try and prioritize. It'll be first come, first serve, with priority going to upperclassmen and then down through the ranks. So if a student is interested in sports med in 10th grade and they don't get in, there is a very good chance that they would as an 11th grader.
Melanie, can you help a parent understand the difference between a WANIC, because those are technical kind of skills and classes, and compare it to classes that rent in tech through Running Start?
I would say it's just a different, it's a different way to accomplish a similar goal. So some of the decision might, I wouldn't say that one program is better than the other, but more that it would come down to taking a look at each program and the course descriptions and the time offering and logistics, and deciding what is the best fit for your student. So for some students, WANIC will be a good fit. And for others, the technical class at Lake Washington Tech or Renton Tech, or even Bellevue College has some tech programs as well. Those would all be a good fit through the Running Start program too, and it's not necessarily better, just a different way to accomplish a similar goal.
Jess, I have a question for you. If a student applies for the summer WANIC program, do you know approximately when they will be notified if they've been accepted into that program?
I don't know the answer to that one off the top of my head, but if you have any other questions, I can answer those in the meantime and see if I can find the other answer.
Okay, we can take only 1 or 2 more questions because it's 7:26 and we'll be wrapping up to start the next session soon. But the other question I had was, do you need to apply for each class and be in the lottery for multiple different classes? So let's say there are 3 different WANIC kind of courses you want to take. Do you have to apply for each one to be in the lottery for each one?
So the WANIC program is not an a la carte program. If you're signing up for a WANIC program, it's like a block of 3 credits altogether. And so that would exclude you from being able to sign up for a different WANIC program. You're really committing to just one, but then by registering for the program, you're applying to all of the courses that are part of that program.
And if you get accepted, you get accepted into all of those courses, like if it's a multi-year. So the next year you already admitted.
Year by year. So you would apply for year 1. I would say I would find it very surprising to see a year 1 student not get into the year 2, but you again have to apply each year for the program. It's not an automatic admission. You do have to do the application.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone. It is 7:28. I'm going to wrap up the session so that we have time to just get ready for our next one and take a little break. But I am putting in the feedback form to everyone who was in the WANIC session. Please complete the feedback form. It has a space for you to give me your email and give some feedback for the session. If you're staying, go ahead and stay, and you can do it for both. It has both parts. But if you're leaving after this session, if you do that, fill out the feedback form, I will be able to send you the recording as well as the slide deck for the session, since I'll have your information. And with that, I am going to stop the recording for this session.